James here. What have I got to tell you? I'm back on board Pearl. As you can see, there she is. And it's a beautiful day in Sydney town. We're not bad for June. It's supposed to be winter, but it's lovely and warm. Just a few bits today. Thought I'd say hi, but also just going to do a few bits, electrical stuff today. I've got a new solar panel to install. Had some issues with the old one. It wasn't charging the batteries. I mean, obviously they're just exposed to the weather and getting on in age. They wear out pretty quickly. New solar controller as well. And then that's it. Got a few things to do. Might see if I can't even get the nav lights up and running today. From a restoration perspective, waiting on some bits to come in, some timber to come in, and I'll be starting on the main cabin roof, which I've probably mentioned in the past, but also the deck as well. You can't see, maybe I'll get an outside shot. I've got pretty much the entire top of the boat covered in tarpaulins now, and I'm still getting some leaks. So I know for a fact now that most, if not all, the leaks are coming around the deck area. So the deck really has to be a priority. But obviously just, when we've had a bit of wet weather, so it's not been an opportune moment. It's not been a great time to be painting and sanding and all the rest. But otherwise, yes, just a quick one today. I haven't checked in for a while. A few more videos coming. Yeah, so let's crack on and see if I can't get this panel sorted. Okay, so really just the main issue is where do I put it? The top half, the main cabin roof, gets more of the birds, gets more bird poo. Generally the front half here, I'll show you. So as you can see, a little bit of bird poo, not a massive amount. I'm going to get a bird scare on here as the next thing. There's a little bit on the forward cabin, but around here it's nice and clean, and I think that's partly because they don't want to roost too close to flapping tarps and windows and all the rest. So counterintuitively, I know it's currently in the shade, but it's not always going to be, obviously, but I'm going to just temporarily attach it to the roof here. And don't cringe when I put 4 screws into the roof. It'll all be patched. It's only a temporary measure, because I want to leave the tarp down. And then, and also it's closer to the windows, so I can run the leads directly through the windows. I don't have to run a load of cable anywhere. So I think that's probably the plan. So it's been a bit...
Please Great Sydney BTS received. People inbound.
It's been a bit hit and miss lately. I think last time when I spoke to you, I was quite busy with my business. As you know, I'm a commercial captain. I do skipper charter vessels, I do powerboat and sail training, do vessel deliveries, coastal vessel deliveries. The last one I did actually was this week, 49 nautical miles off the east coast of Australia, a place called Lake Macquarie, which is about, by car, it's only about 2 hours or so north of Sydney. But it took me 13 hours non-stop from Lake Macquarie down to Sydney Harbour. Epic trip, a great trip. It's on a lovely boat called a Dufour 310. It's a 31 foot, 32 foot yacht. It's pretty good. So the point is, obviously I've had a lot on, so I haven't done a lot of work on Paul lately, usual excuses. But things have quietened down for the winter, obviously it's not off season. So hopefully I can catch up. Right, that looks pretty good. It's not on too tight, so I'm not going to crack anything. Nice and solid. And then I can just easily run the line back for the time being through the window. In mind,
Blocking practical minutes with the mountain turbo and ES clearance to transit through Area Alpha. Traffic information for recreational traffic. Also got the Molly Grey, approximately half a mile west of the boarding road.
I'll just wait for Sydney VTS. I'll just wait for her to finish. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this okay, but right, this is in the shade. So let's see what sort of voltage we're getting. Got the lead here. 19 volts for a little tiny panel, not in direct sunlight. That is awesome. So I think the maximum output is 15 watts, which is fine. I'm not looking to power anything. Not looking to power anything. That's the solar controller, but I'm going to see, firstly, it may not work, but this is the original solar controller. Now these are this is a much more heavy duty one, XTMs. Some of you might have seen these. And obviously it's not worked because the original solar panel wasn't putting out enough amperage or voltage to power it. So I'm going to see if this will work with it, because I much prefer this unit to the very basic one that they've got here. So I'm going to have a little bit of experiment with that first and see how we get on. Okay, that's the original, is it Anderson plug? Obviously we don't need that. What we do need is we want this guy. That's the compatible line. A bit more than that, I think. positive. Now the battery is those two there. Okay, so should be a simple case of disconnecting so this is the lead from the new panel, which goes into, can't really see that, yeah, goes into the solar panel. Positive and negative are correctly connected. Alright, so nothing so far. Let's see what sort of voltage we're getting into there. Ooh, nothing. Yeah, okay. Four volts. So clearly it's not outputting enough. Oh, what a bummer. Yeah, if I do it on...
Lady Norman, Sydney BTS, receive. Yes, you can have a roaming no war zone around your vessel, and so about you are pulling from Watson's Bay to White Bay.
Somebody's got an idea. Make a comment, but for some reason it shows 19 volts coming out of the panel. Almost lost my VHF. Yet when I plug it in and connect it to the machine, it only shows 4 volts. So my assumption is that the larger controllers wants more power than the panels perhaps are capable of providing. Anyway, it didn't work, but that's fine. It's all set up. It's running well. So yeah, little job done.
White Bay, all ships to navigate with caution and proceed with minimal water on the Lady Norman, making way for Watson's Bay to White Bay.
Sounds like it's busy out in the harbour today. Well, I'm not surprised. It's a beautiful day. We have a festival over here this time of the year called Vivid in Sydney. It's a nighttime festival, but it means people are out in the water on the weekends. And it's amazing. It's just, the city is just, there's art and lighting installations all around the harbour, all around the city really, the CBD or the downtown. And it's beautiful. So look it up, Google it. Vivid Sydney it's called. It's amazing. Lasers, drones, the harbour bridge is lit up. So lots of charters out there. Thankfully I got the day off. Right, so I found this. Yep, so prefer this than the clamps, and also it's a fused inline blade fuse as well, just for a bit of extra protection. And it has the compatible plug, so I'm going to put that on now. We're good to go. All right, so that's nicely charging. Let's double check. Yep, beautiful. And of course, now the boat's swung around, the wind's changed. Look at that in full sunlight. Protected a little bit by the roof. So job done. Happy with that. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, this guy is just forever putting holes into this boat, screwing stuff in. And you'd be right, but a lot of this woodwork, you can't see it on camera, but a lot of this woodwork is in really poor condition, or it's already got lots of holes in it from previous workings, I suppose. So a couple of tiny holes aren't going to make a big difference. I just want this up out of the way. Okay, that's good for the time being. It's all messy, but like, it'll be moved around. It's about keeping the batteries charged. Speaking of batteries, so I've got my second house battery here. That's the deep cell. Deep cycle, sorry, starter. That's going to be the house, and they are going to be and I've got on order effectively it's just like a splitter, but also acts as a relay, so it always protects the charge of the starter battery, but then it allows both when there is a charge coming in, either through solar panel, solar, or through the alternator. The relay monitors and allows both batteries to be charged. So that's the next step. All right, job done. Let's move on.